If you are wondering how to use the TSRETE S12, then stick around, as in this video I am going to show you the different components, the assembly, as well as how to use the settings. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. It really does help. And if you would love to learn more how-to guides, breast pump reviews, tips and tricks, then make sure to subscribe to the Proud Happy Mama channel. All right, so let's dive on in and take a look at the TSRETE S12. So first we are going to go through all the different components and take a look. So first of all, you have your pump motor. Now this is the brain of the pump. This is what gives you your suction. Next you have your collection cup, and then your flange or breast shield is also sometimes referred to. Now this flange is a 24 millimeter. I believe you can also buy it as a 27 millimeter that comes in your pack. What I do love is I got this little free gift, which is the next size down. So this is the 21 millimeter flange. Now, it is really important when you are using a pump, especially for the first time, that you have the correct flange size. Too big or too small, it is going to be uncomfortable, cause damage, and something that you really just don't want. So having the correct flange size is incredibly important. Now you can use a nipple ruler to find your correct flange size, and I highly recommend this. If you need a smaller or a larger flange, then make sure that you also purchase this separately. Unfortunately, with the TSRETE, you only get the standard 24, and the 21 was all that came in my pack. I will show you later how to use these. So going back to the components, you have your linker, you have your diaphragm, and you also have your duckbill valve. So let's take a look at how these all go together. First of all, you are going to want to attach your diaphragm to the linker. That simply goes over the top and you push down the seal. Now you are going to want to make sure that you have a really strong seal. This allows for the vacuum and the suction to take place. It is very important to make sure all your parts have a strong seal to them. Next, we're going to attach the duckbill valve to your linker. You're going to want to line up the flat edge with the opening, and that again simply just pushes on and slide it in all the way, making sure it's secure. Next, you are going to want to attach your completed linker to your collection cup. Now in the collection cup, you can see these little features. They line up with the extra silicone on the base of your linker. So you are going to want to line those up, push in your diaphragm up to the top of your collection cup, and make sure that your linker is clicked into place. Now you can turn this over and see if you've got a great alignment. Next, you're going to want to attach your flange. Now you can see there's a little opening up the top of this. That needs to align with the opening of your pouring spout. So when you go to pour your milk out at the end, you have the opening to do that with. So you just line the center of that up with your flange. They need to push in. Once you have that pushed in all the way, make sure that you can twist it around slightly, your spout and the opening on your seal is lined up correctly, and then you're going to want to just lift the lid or lift the flap of the seal and then slowly push that over all the way around, making sure you've got a nice firm seal. And then I like to run my fingers around, just pressing down to make sure that is all in place. Now, last step is to connect your pump motor. So you want to make sure it's got a little groove here that lines up with your pouring spout. Now with the TSRETE, this just pushes down. Lastly, turn your pump on, make sure that it is all functioning. All right, so when we go to place the pump on our breast, imagine that is your breast. You are going to want to line up the middle of the flange with your with your nipple. You simply place it on nice and straight. Then we can turn on our pump. This is a nice easy press button. You can see that I have my previous settings already turned up. I love that it's got this memory function. It makes it a little bit easier. I'll just turn that down so it's not so loud. The TSRETE S12 comes with just 2 modes. So the first mode is this heart, and that is your stimulation mode. So if you listen, it's quite short, sharp suction. Now that is to initiate your letdown. So once your milk is flowing, usually around 2 to 3 minutes, you are going to want to swap over into the expression mode, which is symbolized by this little droplet. Now that is a longer suction, which mimics the baby's sucking motion. So we only have the 2 modes with this, but we do have 9 different suction levels. And to change your suction levels, you simply press the plus or the minus button. Now, I do recommend starting on a 2 to 3 suction level. Now, this is just so you can find your comfortable position or comfortable suction strength. And being comfortable is just as important to me as how powerful your pump is. If you are uncomfortable and not relaxed, you are not going to have as an efficient pumping session as you can. So start low and increase as you feel comfortable, checking that your milk output is still doing well. Now you can see on here you also have a timer. Now I love having an inbuilt timer. I find this is really great for tracking and adjusting your pumping session. You can see on the side here you have 3 little bars, which also represents your battery. This will flash when your battery is low, and as you are using a battery, they will drop down. Now, this has an auto shut off after 30 minutes. So if you forget to turn off your pump, it will save your battery or also act as a safety feature. To turn it off, you simply press the power button. When we go to remove our breast pump, it's on your breast. You want to slowly lean forward and you want to slide your fingers between your breast and the pump and slowly release the suction. You don't want to be pulling your nipple and the pump out. That is going to just be painful. So always tilt forward so you don't spill your milk everywhere, and slowly release the suction. Now, I mentioned earlier that we were going to talk about the flange insert and how to use those. So once you have identified your correct flange insert, you are simply going to, they can be a little bit tricky, slide that in and making sure that you have a really secure and firm fit. You can then remove that. I will say that the Flange inserts are generally brand specific, so make sure when you do purchase these that you are buying an insert that is suitable for the TSRETE. Now, once you have finished your pumping session, once you have finished your pumping session and removed your pump from your breast, you are going to want to remove the motor. You have your pouring spout on top. You want to make sure that you can then pour that nice and easy into your collection container. Once your your cup is empty, you can then disassemble it nice and gently. Remove all the parts. Now you are going to want to wash these and sterilize them, and then you can assemble it all up again so it is ready for your next use. I do recommend that you put your battery mode or your pump motor onto charge. There's simply a port at the back. You get a USB charger, which is very handy. Just goes in and pop it on charge when it's not in use, and that way it is always going to be ready for when you want to use your pump. I hope this helps. If you have any questions at all, please make sure to ask in the comments and I will answer them the very best I can. All right, happy pumping.